Hey, going live here for the heck of it, for the smell of it. Yeah, why not? Why not? New lipstick. Kind of cute. What's that? I think it's cute. So hey, Mama Pat, hi, nice to see you. Just so folks know, if you follow me here, Josephine, I don't know, welcome. Hey, everybody. I'm Beth, Decluttering Life Coach, Destination Decluttered. I don't know if we've met before. I see Wendy. I see Gloria. I see Jen B, Messy One. Okay, so I wasn't the only one this morning on my phone, kind of scrolling on TikTok. And I figured I would show up and do a pop-up TikTok Live. This was not scheduled, so if you follow me, if you're on my mailing list or you follow me here, good morning, Jen B. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Daisy and Gloria and all sorts of people like that there. This is totally impromptu. I was not planning on doing this. I actually have, as some of you know because you're on my mailing list, I have a free workshop I'm doing today at 1 p.m. Eastern, but I thought I would just show up. The sun is out. The sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. Actually, I just looked up. There is a cloud in sight, but it's a nice little swirly, like white one. And hello. And I'm here to help you with your clutter and stuff. And also really kind of like your life. Now, what do I mean by that? This is what I mean. Look at me. I'm like, ooh, look, I can recede. I can expand. So this is what I mean. If you've got clutter in your life, it's not just in your house. It's probably in your head. It's probably in your heart. It's probably on your calendar. It's probably on your daily schedule, okay? So what I love so much about what I do, Decluttering Life Coaching, is the decluttering and the life coaching, is how they intertwine. I was thinking about this morning. I got up, I took a shower. I was going to go out for my morning walk, and then I realized the sun was so nice. The light was so nice in the living room, I thought I would do a quick TikTok live. Good morning. Yes, or a body. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, clutter on your body. I didn't even think about that, Picky Five, but you're so right. The clutter shows up in many places, and the fun thing is when you find a way to see that in a new light and do something about it, you can, as I like to say, you can copy it, and then you can paste it into other areas of your life. And that's how I teach decluttering. Yeah, so like Picky Five, the clutter on our body is probably the evidence of stuff that we did that we thought was going to make us feel better, but didn't. It could be the eating of the extra bag of chips. It could be the, I'm not going to go and do some exercise. I'm going to lay on the couch. We do things, we buy things, we eat things, we take an action to make our lives feel better. Your finances, okay, cluttered finances. Can I just tell you how much nicer it feels when your finances are not cluttered, regardless of how much money you have? Seriously, that peace of mind of feeling like you know what's going on with your finances and you're making decisions that resonate with what you want to do. Mail, yep, cluttered mail. Notice, same type of things. I don't feel like dealing with this right now. I am going to put it off till later, and then later never happens, and it kind of stacks up. So notice how clutter shows up in your life, not just in the stuff that you bought or somebody gifted you. Of course, that's where we start, because usually that is the most visually apparent place where your clutter shows up is in your house. Looking around at the stuff that you've bought, the stuff that you've gifted, the stuff you thrifted, the stuff, I don't know, you trash picked, however it got into your house, you have things in your house. Now, what I would love for you to do is look at the stuff that you freaking love. Don't worry about the stuff you have to get rid of, but think about the stuff, as I like to say, like do you ever play this game? So I'm a Gen Xer, and so I do a lot of pop culture references. And yeah, if we haven't met before, my name is Beth. Destination Decluttered is my one-on-one decluttering life coaching that I do. But I have this TikTok page. I have a website. What do you call it? The email address. I'm also stumbling on my words sometimes. I have an email mailing list that you can hop onto. I'm doing a free workshop later today. If you're like, oh, I have to schedule out my next week, or I've never scheduled out my next week. I call it breeze blocking. I freaking love it. I'm doing it myself on today's call. So hop onto my mailing list if you want to do that. But that's an aside. What I want to do is drive back onto the road and say, the clutter shows up everywhere in your life. And when you learn how to deal with it, in one area, you can deal with it in other areas, and it's not so scary, and you have a process that's doable. Okay? Now, I say this because I used to be cluttered in my head. Where wasn't I cluttered? Seriously. My heart, my body, my house, my actions, my life, my finances, my whatever, all this stuff, the mail. I basically was running on fear, a lot of fear and a lot of unworthiness. And it has taken me decades. Actually, it didn't take me decades. I'll share this with you. It didn't take me decades to get from where I was to where I am. What happened is that it was kind of crappy for a long time and I didn't know what to do. And then I would get glimmers of how my life could look and feel differently. And I was like, wow, man, I want more of that. But I didn't really know how to go about it. So sometimes, I will never forget this, I'm thinking of a particular thing I did where I quit one job and went into the other. Ever heard of that thing, out of the frying pan into the fire? So that happened to me. And so what has happened was I did what I thought I could do, and it worked to a certain degree, but then it didn't work a lot of times. You know what really changed? Honestly, I'm just sharing this, my own journey, my own road trip, is admitting I couldn't do it alone and admitting to myself that there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And when you even just say that to yourself, you say, I'm going to look for clues. Is somebody out there that can help me? And it took me a while to find somebody in the self-help sphere that resonated with me. And what I realized was there were other people out there saying a lot of stuff. And notice how when you can just take a grain of knowledge and apply it and say, oh, this looks better, this feels better, what can I do next? That's the journey I'm on, and I am here as like a travel guide. I am like the person next to you on a road trip. You're the driver, I'm the passenger, and I can help you get there because I came from there, and I've been on this journey a lot with my clients, with folks on TikTok, and myself too. I'm a still work in progress, right? Okay, running everybody's responsibilities, PM 11208, just you know what, I'm going to say, just get curious about that. Do not judge yourself. Here's what I want to say. And I love doing this because this is kind of visual. It's rarely I do but I want you to put up your traffic cop hand, and anytime you start to feel yourself kind of just noticing what's not work, just pause and stop and notice that situation. Don't necessarily say it's wrong off the bat, but just stop. Slow down and stop at that stop sign and say, wait a minute. Little traffic cop is there popping out going, hey, wait a minute. There could be something there to think about. Think about it. I give you a process to do that, as you know. And then say, okay, if me doing that gets me to a place I don't want to go, maybe I can divert my traffic. Maybe I will turn off. Because anytime you have that awareness, it's a fork in the road. And one road goes to, they talk about the road less traveled. It's all over the place. But if you don't stop and think about it, you're going to continue doing the stuff that gets you in your own situation. It's like it's cause and effect. If you stop and become aware, hey, this isn't working for me. Stop it and then say, what can I do? I'm going to do something different. You go a different way. Different things lead to different actions. So when you're starting to be judgy about yourself, which is going to shut you down, stop and get curious. Divert yourself over to curiosity land and say, what's about that? Okay, enough about me talking. I'm here for the next, maybe like 50 minutes or so. I do want to go on my morning walk. The light's going to change. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. So here we go. Okay, Pam says, here, let me back this up. So this is what I like to do, is I like to read what people are saying, because when I am doing this on TikTok Live today, Sunday, whatever, the 12th of November, sorry, you know what? My Gen X brain was like, there's a song that has to do with the 12th of December, whatever freaking month we're in, and it wasn't. It was a different song. Again, I get distracted by my own brain just as much as you do, I bet. So the reason I reread the comments is because when these get downloaded from TikTok and uploaded to Destination Decluttered on YouTube, so you can listen to them later, these letters, that what we're typing doesn't show up. It's just me and my face. Ooh. Okay, so Laura Gibbons Voorhees says, I am using the Declutter a Small Spot at a time. Last night I sorted my overflowing magazine basket. Awesome, and I see your little avatar there. Yeah, seriously, all things done are done little. You can only do so much with one hand. I can only pick up so many dishes. I can only write so much, you know. Everything you do is small, and the small stuff adds up, so you're doing the exact right thing. Okay? Pam 06089 says, when you've been running everything for so long, who do you ask for help? You ask the people around you who you're probably running it for. They are probably used to you being in charge, but if it's not doing it for you anymore, with love for yourself and for them, have a conversation. Say, hey, I know this business, and this is fun. I like to take the drama out of it by, like, if it's in your house and it's in your family, pretend it's a business. You're the person working 99% of the time, and everybody else is kind of benefiting from your work. You can change that. And it's a good thing for everybody. So you ask people for help who you are probably helping with what you're doing. Again, you notice it, you stop, you say, aha, there's something here. I've been running everything for so long. Notice I'm like, aha, I get an idea. There's something here. Then I say, I'm going to pause, I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to get curious. I'm going to pivot over to curiosity land and say, what am I doing that somebody else could do here that just they aren't doing it yet? All right? Kate says, what if there's no one to help? Kate, I'm going to burst into my 5th grade songs when I start singing, no man is an island, no man stands alone. We are all connected. There are people to help you. If you look for help, if you make yourself open to help, you will notice that a friend might say, hey, can I help you with that? Or a neighbor, or there might be community services in your town. There might be somebody on TikTok who says, I mean, not necessarily, like if you want coaching, that's me, but I want to say there's somebody in your social media who's like struggling, there are people that can help you. And the best thing is too, you are helping yourself when you say, I'm going to look for help, and I'm going to be strong and unafraid enough to ask for help. And here's the thing I want to mention too. Ask the people for help that can help you. There are people out there who can commiserate with you, but if they're in the same boat as you, they may not have fixed it. So it's almost like calling a friend. Like if you're stuck in the mud, I love bringing things into these driving references, because that is so where my brain goes to just get not judgmenty and not drama and emotional and just get curious about it. Picture yourself, you're stuck on the side of the road in the mud. You don't know why. Your engine is there, but you're spinning your wheels, okay? So you could call a friend who may not know how to get you out of there. They may not have the strength themselves. So they could come and they could be like, yeah, this kind of sucks, whatever. Sometimes you need to call a tow truck. Sometimes you just need to call somebody who's got the professional equipment to help you with this. But I also say that there may be people in your lives that are doing things that you want to, that are less cluttered than you. Ask them for help. Okay? Good morning, German May 95. Yeah, this is a total pop-up. Again, if you're just meeting me right now, my name is Beth. Destination Decluttered is what I call my decluttering life coaching. I call this it because I love to travel. If you've been following me for any amount of time, or if you're just meeting me, you will notice a certain kind of organic pattern in my showing up. My showing up is that I show up for weeks on end and I enjoyably do it, but then I also love to travel. So sometimes there's like a gap week where I like to go, what I say, off the digital grid, but I am here to you. I also pop up when I want to. I love to treat myself and my business with a human touch. We all need the human touch. There's a song there. I know it is. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to back up here. Yep. Happy Sunday, everybody. Oh, there we go. Melissa says, good morning. You're wonderful. Would love to watch on my way to work. Okay. This is what I say. I don't know if you're walking to work or drive. Even if you are, just listen to me. Just listen to me. I mean, the only thing I ever do is put up my hands, and I will say this. If you're looking at me, I will put up my traffic cop hand when I'll say, wait a minute, stop, just stop right there in a loving way. Just, hey, check it out. There's something there that you should pay attention to. Let's pull over to the side of the road and let's talk about that. Let's go to Curiosity Land. Pull over to Curiosity Land and let's get interested. So I will put up my traffic cop hand, or I'll put up one finger. Hey, there's an idea. Let's stop. Traffic cop hand. And then I will always say, let's divert. Let's go in another direction. Let's stop this thing that gets you going to where you are and start the thing, the habit, the way of thinking, the way of doing, going in the way that's going to lead to your destination. Now, if I was doing this Destination Decluttered TikTok live in my office, I would be pointing to like a little heart on the wall that says like, you know, just picture yourself on a road trip. You've got a destination you're excited to get to. That's what I'd be pointing at. So yeah, Melissa, if you're going to work, just listen to me. You're not going to miss anything by not seeing me on the screen. Be safe when you're going there. And anybody else too. Just put me on and seriously, just putter around and do some surface decluttering while I'm chatting. Why the heck not? It's the benefit of both worlds. You realize that you know, I would do that. You listen to a podcast. I was listening to a podcast. Listen to me. Podcast. I'm from Boston. It comes out like that. I was listening to a podcast last night when I was doing the dishes, you know, puttering around. Do that while I'm here. And then by 10 o'clock when I sign off and I go on a morning walk and I get a cup of tea, because this one I know is going to go cold by the time I'm done with this. Yeah, you will have, like, you know, your place is going to look better and you're going to feel better. That's why we do all this, you guys. Not just so it looks better in case Martha Stewart shows up at your door ringing the bell. No, it's so you feel better. And when you clue into that part of it more so than how it looks, that's where the magic happens. Is this where the magic happens? Jen B, thank you for getting my time warp references. Yeah, if you pretty much, if you put my all of that, what I say, into like a chat bot, and then you said highlight all the things that are pop culture references, they would say this woman is core Gen X, because that's pretty much my love language. Okay. There we go. Yes, Messy, it was Rocky Horror Quit. Yeah, let's do the time. Yep, the 3rd of September and the 21st day of September and things like that there. Okay, here's a funny thing. So Pam is saying, or not a funny thing, but Pam says they all say they're going to do it, and then when you ask them, they ghost. So where do they go? Why do they ghost? Maybe it's the way you're asking. Maybe they don't know how to do it. There's a lot behind that little interaction there. Do you call them on that, or you just grumpily say, fine, I'll just do it myself? That is guaranteed to get you feeling crappy and for them to feel crappy, because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If you're not happy, it radiates off of you, kind of like little stink waves. But if you're happy, it also radiates off of you, okay? Notice that. Yeah, see, and notice this too. Somebody set up thread. I'm really bad with names. It happens in the real life, so don't take it personally, please. But somebody said, what if there's nobody to help? There are people in this comment section who are helping. I love this. I love the fact that every time I get together, and even one of my clients noticed, she's like, there's like no trolls. And I'm saying, like, I'm going to like invoke them. But it's a wicked nice group of people we got here, okay? We got a wicked nice group of people. They're helping each other out. We're all here to help each other out. What you're struggling with, I may be good at. When I may be struggling with, you're good at. Like, it's a give and take. It's community and collaboration. Nobody is truly an island. We as human beings, as physical animals, cannot survive without other people. That's okay. Use it to your advantage, and you're going to help somebody else too. I love it. Seller268 says, I'm organizing the bathroom now as you speak. Thanks, Beth. You're welcome. I love it. Lola says, I feel at home when I hear the Boston accent. I feel at home too. It's so funny. There was, my sister and I, now my family still lives up in Massachusetts. God, does it come out, like, seriously, if I do any TikTok lives the week of Thanksgiving, when I am not here, God forbid, Johnny, I am going to be talking like I'm from Revere. No, I'm not going to be talking like Revere. I don't even know. But I will be talking like I'm back up in Boston. It just happens. But it's a way of connecting. Do you realize that? Like, I'm sending out a verbal signal to say, hey, check me out. This is how I talk. Guess where I'm from? And we feel a bond. We send out signals all the time. I love it. Jinby, I had a Hall of Oates, Out of Touch. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when... That should be one of my... If I do karaoke. Not around. Oh, oh, oh. God, I'm going to sing the whole song. This is not Destination Decluttered karaoke, but oh my God, if I ever did like an event, I would totally have karaoke. All right, here we go. We all need the human touch. We all need... Thank you, Tracy. I approached, noted. Okay, thank you. I see I'm going backwards. Yes, everything is a song in my family, in my life. I married a musician, you know. Okay, here we go. My friend's laundry room is piled so high she can't see the ceiling. Anastasia, maybe you can help her with that. My best friend showed up one day and asked me where to start. I started to cry. Robin, I love that your friend did that. I have done that for my friends too. I'll never forget this. She wrote me this glowing testimonial because we started coaching together. And I showed up at her house once. It was, as she would say, like, it was a complete disaster. And she would totally admit it. It wasn't like I was judging her. But she's like, oh, hey, so you want to go out for coffee? Huh? Whatever. And I can tell she's stressed. I'm like, my love language is decluttering. Would you like me to help you with this? She's like, could you? And she pretty much cried too. It's good stuff. Help people with things. Okay, it's so cute. My husband just texted me from away. I'm like, hon, I'm doing a TikTok live. I'll see you tomorrow. There we go. Thank you. Yes, I'm going backwards on these things. Morgan Ray is saying, yesterday I got so much done. It just felt so good to finally be a little happier in my space. Okay, Morgan Ray, everybody, notice a few things. Notice. It felt so good. How do you, motorboat, how do you want to feel? Not just about up here. How do you want to feel? How do you feel right now in your home, in your life? How does your body feel? Body. And when you get stuff done, it doesn't even have to be so much, but if you feel like doing so much, run with it. But notice, felt so good to even feel a little happier in my space. A little happiness is freaking awesome. It's like, it's something that just expands. So notice, Morgan Ray, and do it again. Show up and do it again. And here's the deal, you guys. Pay attention to how you feel pretty much all the time. Seriously, we are human feeling creatures. And if you are feeling like, I don't want to do this, pay attention to that. Why are you feeling like I don't want to do it? It's so different than when you want to do it. Imagine yourself in your car, driving to a root canal. You're going to be dragging your feet. You're going to leave at the last minute. The whole ride is going to be miserable. It's going to be miserable to get there. You're going to be like, yep, it sucked. I told you it was going to be. How about this? On the flip side, Marsha Brady, Davy Jones. On the flip side, if you're excited to get to someplace, like a destination, for example, that's why I call my coaching Destination Decluttered. If you're excited about where you're going, you're going to have a little energy in your heart. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to the beach today. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm going to do all the things to get me to go there. I'm not even there yet, but I feel so excited all the way there. Even if I'm in traffic, it's like, this traffic doesn't matter. I'll turn up the radio. I'm going to the beach. When I get there, it's going to be great. Notice, your life is a road trip, people. It is a journey, but a journey always to me reminds me of Don't Stop Believin', or like some guy, mythical guy in a robe with a cane. I'm from America in the 20th century and now the 21st century. I say life is a road trip because we have control over our driving. Where do we go? Are we excited to get there? If not, we can step on the gas. We can pull back. We can not leave the driveway at all. We can spin our wheels and get nothing done, or we can get into gear and go someplace. Notice how the driving just infuses everything we talk about. Okay. Laura Gibbons says, I'm proud. I am proud. Notice this. Whoops. I am proud and happy with my closet sort I did. I pulled out all my too small clothes to a bin. I love it. This is what we do. Best way to tackle big projects. Example, closets or drawers never cleaned out. Little bit at a time. Every little bit helps. So I was asking my Destination Decluttered people on my mailing list. I'm going to mention this. I'm going to go into like a little commercial after this, but I want to try to keep my thoughts, because this is how my brain works. I'm like, oh, squirrel, I want to tell you about my thing I'm doing this afternoon. I'm going to try to remain focused, but what I want to say is I have an email mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. 100% free to get onto it. All sorts of free cool stuff you get. Like, it's not all like, why would I clutter up your life with crap? That would be so stupid, because I'm a decluttering person. But what I do is we do a monthly group Zoom call that's free. You get emails from me letting you know when I'm doing TikTok lives first before anybody else. You get first dibs on my consultations for coaching. I ask your opinion. I ask what you want. It's a real cool two-way street. The reason I say that is because every little bit helps. I was saying this to somebody else. So notice this mug I have here. I don't know if it's backwards where you can see it. I made this for myself. It was kind of like a tester to see if I would want to do merch for Destination Decluttered. And I'm off on the fence, but I asked my people, what are some things that resonate with you that you would want to see on a mug every day? Like, this is one I say, it says, listen to your co-pilot, I'm your co-pilot, not your backseat drivers, your unhelpful thoughts. So that's on one side. And then, yeah, drive your life in the direction of your dreams. But the third one, if I had another one, and here's what I want to give to all of you. Every little bit helps. Start small. Every little bit helps. A closet. Set your timer for 20 minutes. A little bit of time. Could do it. Congratulate yourself on what you did do, and then do more, or clock out and feel good about it. Drawers. Do one drawer at a time, and then do another drawer. Don't get everything out all at once. It's an inefficient system to use. I have a more efficient way of you getting this shit done that doesn't take up your time or your energy, so you still have time to go out and live. Okay? I love it. Laura's got on her journey. Every little thing she does is magic. I love it. Why does my friend want to help keep declutter? Because they keep everything. Oh, you know why? Seriously, everybody. I know it's not me. Does your stuff talk to you? If you look at something in your house, is it telling you a story? Is it saying, yeah, you should pick me up? Yeah, you don't fit in those clothes anymore. You haven't read that book in the longest time. Oh, you have to pay that bill. You know what? There might be some bad news in that envelope. Somebody gave you that, but I don't like it. Do you hear those things? Every time you look at something, not only a visual comes back to your brain, but a message comes back to your brain. You can hear yours, but you can't hear other people's. That's why it's so much easier for us to help everybody else. That's why your cluttered friend might be wanting to help you, because she knows she needs help with clutter, but she hears all the stories. Okay, see? Oh, good. Thank you. I'm not alone in the fact that all of my stuff talks to me. Now, the cool thing is, pretend you're having a party at your house. Everybody's chatting at your house. Okay? I don't know. I'm kind of making this up on the spot. Imagine you have a party in your house and you've got all these guests. And you've got somebody in your house who's farting and smelly, or is just kind of crabby, or is just being disruptive and ruining your vibe. Wouldn't you ask that person to leave? Wouldn't you not invite them in the next time? Notice the messages in your house. Get rid of the guests in your house that make you feel crappy. On the other hand, what are the guests that you're like, oh my God, here they are. I have so much fun. They open up the door. They come in the door. They're helping out with stuff. They make it easier for you to live. They're having a good time. They're making other people have a good time. Those are the people you want to keep in your life, and in the party in your house. Those are the things you want to keep in your life. And let me tell you, it's quality versus quantity. But notice that so to me, I have decreased the amount of crappy stuff in my house. So every time I look, I pretty much only feel and hear a good story. Or just a quiet story. Like, yep, those are the books I used to read when I read books, and now I've read them. Yeah, you know what? Just notice your friends. Yeah. Okay. I'm having such a problem decluttering since my son passed in April. Okay. GM Valerie, 65. I am so sorry your son passed away. I really am. That sucks. That is one of the hardest things we as human creatures ever go through. And what I want to offer to you, first of all, is my condolences and my heart and my love. But I want to do that for you, to give you strength, to say, honor how you feel. Maybe this is the theme of today's TikTok, is if it doesn't feel right to you to start decluttering some of his stuff, honor that and don't do it yet. But notice when it feels like you can do a little bit, and maybe do a little bit. Okay? But it will only work when it feels right. When it doesn't feel right, there's a resistance between what your head is saying, you should be ready, you should do this, and your heart is saying, no, I'm not ready. When there is a disconnect, when what's up here doesn't travel down here and play nice, when these guys don't play nice, that's when there's a struggle. It's like, wrestling. When these two play nice, your head and your heart, when your head is like, hey, you know what? It's looking kind of junky around here. Your heart's like, yeah, you know what? I bet I bet I could do a little bit, and it won't be feeling that bad. Okay? So just notice that. All right? Everybody, notice that you are going to stop doing anything when it feels uncomfortable. When it feels uncomfortable physically, energetically, nervous system-y, that's when you stop. Is when things start to vibrate and you're like, uh-oh, this feels like, notice how they say, out of my comfort zone. And pay attention to that connection between how your home looks and how you feel. Okay? Okay, Tabs is saying, my parents died and I'm collecting stuff everywhere. I think it's because I don't feel confident and safe. Okay, Tabs, I get that. I totally do. When we surround ourselves with things, it can make us feel safe. But just notice it's a short-term solution. It's your brain and your body and your life dealing with the situation the best way it has with the tools it has. And what I want to offer is, if you don't watch that, I'm glad you're aware of it. Notice that awareness and just notice that. Is it really giving you the safety and confidence you crave, or are there other ways you can do that without going and collecting? Notice the cause and effect, you know. Kate Tastic says, how much of decluttering is physical versus mental nervous system? Personally, I think it's all mental and nervous system. I do. I mean, I'm a certified life coach, so I get into the lifey parts of it. But think about it. When you don't feel like doing it, when you say, I don't feel like it, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing that. Your brain says, go eat a salad. I don't feel like doing that. That there's something in there. Then you have a conversation. Open it up to a conversation here. When these guys play nice together, when your head and your heart are in sync, that's when you say, hey, where do you want to go? I want to go here. That sounds fun. Let's go. And then they're like little friends. And they go, da-da-da, off on a journey, off on a road trip together. Okay? Okay. I'm 58 and have had a cluttered home, not severe, for years. Okay. I love that you noticed that. Notice that. I've had it. How did I get here? You know, here's my 58. I'm 57. You know, as David Byrne once opined, how did I get here? Why? What is the paper trail? Nancy Drew, look for clues. Nancy Drew, how did it get that way? What things are cluttering it up? Where is it cluttered? You know, all sorts of who, what, when, where, whys can give you insight as to how it got there, so you can change it if you want to. And you probably will want to change it when you feel you're ready, when you feel like you want to, when you feel the pull of a magnet towards a better life. You're saying, yeah, I want to get there. Okay? Yeah. I love it. Erin says, it's all nervous system. Our feelings stop us, not the physical clutter. I love that just came from you, Erin. Rock on. It's so true, though, because seriously, when you're like, whoa, and here's a funny thing, it's like you get too close to the edge and you back off. It could be really cool, but I'm scared. And when you're like, oh, hey, that wasn't that bad. Look what I did. I just showed up and did a TikTok live. It'd be really funny, honestly. Here's a funny thing, okay? So I show up very comfortably in front of the camera, even though for decades I was behind the camera. I was a photographer. I always never wanted to see my face, even for the first many years in like social media. But I had a website called Retro Roadmap, and I knew that I wanted to experiment with doing something like a TV show. And so I wanted to do a Kickstarter because I needed to pay somebody to make videos for me. This was before like all this informal videos where we're doing it right now. Talk about being uncomfortable. I had to make a video to ask people for money. Whoa! In front of the camera asking for money. That video still exists somewhere online. It's whatever. The reason I share that is because my body language, song's been going through my head recently. That body language is like, hey, everybody, I'm literally like, so anyway, I'm protecting myself, my heart. I'm like afraid. I had a fear of being exposed, you know what I mean? Of being seen, all those things. When you feel a certain way physically, it's often because your nervous system is saying, stop, protect, be safe, And sometimes it also just gives you information that's trying to keep you safe, but it really keeps you stuck. Okay? All right. Birchtree31 says, I have so much stuff to declutter from past loved ones, and I've overwhelmed due to back problems. Okay. That sucks you have back problems. Trust me, as we all get older. I literally went yesterday to get insoles put on in shoes. Like an old guy made orthotics, I believe they're called. God, if that isn't an old person phrase. Old people talk. You down with OPT? Yeah, you know me. What I want to suggest to you, though, is two things. One is overwhelm just means you're looking at it too big. You're looking at so much stuff. Overwhelmed, too big. Every little bit helps. Chunk it down. Calm down your nervous system. Take some deep breaths so your body doesn't feel so overwhelmed and tingly of, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stuck. That kind of like, deer in the headlights. Then you can make a decision to do something about it. But the thing I want to offer too is, so notice, overwhelm, think of down. I say this all the time. Calm down, slow down, breathe down, write down. Get into a place where you feel like, okay, I can deal with this. Write it down. And then when you do that, please note, decluttering is all in your mind. Decluttering, you can lay on your back and declutter. Because what happens is it's decision making. It is, what is that thing? Do I want it? If I want it, where does it go? If I don't want it, where does it go? You can do that laying in bed. You can lay on the couch. And then talk about getting help. If you can't do it, if you can't take the action because you're stuck in bed, you can instruct somebody else because you have a plan. And somebody else can't make the decisions for you. You make the decisions. And then if you are physically unable to do them, you can get somebody to help you with that. So I'm not doing that to minimize your back problems. I just want you to say, hey, you know what? You're right. I could sit here and look and say, yep, I want that book. Nope, I don't want that book. Yes, I want this painting. No, I don't want that table. Whatever it is. And start with the good stuff first. Talk about, cultivate what you love and get familiar with the stuff that you love, how it feels, and kind of, I know this is going to sound like freaking woo-woo, like lifey, coachy stuff, but seriously, notice the vibration of the stuff that makes you feel good, and then you'll have something to compare it to when you're in other situations to say, does this give me that vibe, or is it just kind of meh, or is it ugh? Yay, meh, or ugh. That's pretty much, I'm like, yay, meh, ugh, Those three, it's like the lights on a traffic signal. Flipped upside down. You've got green light in your heart. You've got yellow light, meh, I don't know, coming and going, not sure. And you've got red where you're like, hell no, I so don't want that coming into my house. Do not bring that big, beige, boring thing into my house. There we go. User Happy Life Now is saying, I'm new to your site. I'm here to learn. Welcome. Hey, everybody. So my name is Beth. Destination Decluttered is the name of my coaching. I specifically call it that because I love to travel, and also because I want you to think of your life like a road trip, and you're on a destination, you're heading towards a destination you're excited to get to. How cool does it feel in your body and in your mind when you think of your house being decluttered? Or parts of your life being decluttered? How does it feel when you have peace of mind, where you've decluttered your energy and your mindset and your body set? When your brain and your body and your nervous system are working together like a nice little dancing duo, like those two guys, those two black guys who used to dance, the brothers, something, or anybody else, when things are in sync, damn, that feels good. It calms down your brain, it calms down your nervous system. You feel more present. It just changes the vibe of your whole life. So I do one-on-one life coaching, decluttering life coaching on Zoom. If you're interested in that, go to my website. You can sign up for a consultation. I also have a free website, a free email mailing list. Today, actually, this is one of the reasons why I'm on kind of early today, and this is just a pop-up. This was not planned. I do schedule TikTok lives, but this was not scheduled because I'm a flexible human and I felt like showing up because I was dancing around the house to my motivational soundtrack. And I said, hey, it'd be fun. I want to reach out. I want to let people know at the beginning of a week, before the Monday through Friday starts, that there's help out there, that you can do this. You can do this. Just get up and try. Okay? Even up here, get in the right mindset, but then take the action. And if you're not taking the action, notice that your body is stopping. Your body is saying, no, brain, whatever you're saying, I'm not buying it. You have to buy into it. When your heart is into it, then you're going to do it. Okay? Now, I totally lost my train of thought. But anyhow, yeah, Destination Decluttered. Like me here on TikTok. I do download these TikTok lives and upload them to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. So if you want to listen to them, if you have to run and you can't stay, I figure I'm going to stay on for another 20 minutes or so. Then I'm going to go live. And if you're interested, I will say this. If you're interested in more of what I have to say and putting it into practical use, this is the thing I love to do because, again, I set up Thread. I'm from New England, so I'm like, yeah, you're talking a good game, but let's show me some action. Give me some tangible things I can do to help me. I'm giving you a tangible thing you can do to help yourself. I call it breeze blocking. It's my way of taking the sting out of time management and time blocking and things like this. The crazy thing is as I say this to you, I'm looking over at my neighbor's, front of my neighbor's, side of my neighbor's house, and it's a brick wall. I think of time blocking as something like that. It blocks the light. It blocks the light from coming through. That's why I call it breeze blocking. Breeze blocking is, it lets some life through. You know what I mean? You get your stuff done. You've got some structure to get stuff done, but you also have time to live and to play and to be flexible like a human, not like a freaking brick wall. Okay? If you're interested in that, learning that concept and actually putting it to practical application today at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a free Zoom workshop just about that. All you need to bring besides your brain and yourself is an El Cheapo notebook. You know, like literally do not make it fancy. The less fancy, the better, because you're going to be writing in it. You're going to be scribbling in it. You're going to be folding paper. You're going to be crossing stuff out. A spiral bound notebook and a willingness to try something different that could change your life for the better. How you get to that is just get on my mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. After I do this TikTok live, I will send the Zoom invite to anybody who just signed up now. Everybody else on the mailing list has already got it, but I'll send it out as a reminder probably around noontime, so no worries. And if you can't make it too, if I'm just springing this on you and like, oh man, that sounds so good, but I can't do it, I got your back. Don't worry. See, oh, I'm going to miss it. No, shh, it's okay. I have you. You get a recording. I will share the recording of it so you can follow along at home when it's convenient to you. Okay? There we go. Emily Wilson, I love the fact that you are saying, I'm trying to break the habit. It's so much of it is habit, people. I love it. I'm trying to break the habit of putting an item somewhere and saying, I'll take care of this later. So notice that unhelpful thought, because if you end up not taking care of it later, it stays there. So say, why don't I just take care of it now? It'll take me like 2 minutes. I'm just going to take care of it now. Stopping the unhelpful thought of, I'll just do that later. How about, you know what? Let me just do this now. And then I don't have to worry about remembering to do it because my brain doesn't remember things like it used to. Okay? Points for trying. Points for trying. Keep it going. You got it. So let me think. Okay, Kate is asking, how did you comfortable? Oh, here, this is a wonderful thing. Quick, LBD, Jesus Lover, are you on Central Time? No, I'm East Coast. Yo, I'm East Coast. East Coast represent. So do the math. I'm always bad at that math stuff. So I will show up at 1 p.m. Eastern. You do you. Okay. Kate Tastic is saying, how did you get comfortable in front of the camera? You mentioned I had been behind the camera, but I'd love to. Okay, yep. Tab says I'm heading off to church. No worries. You can do the thing. I missed the part of how you transitioned to be comfortable in front of the camera. Here's the great thing, you guys. Repetition. Doing the same thing over and over again. You know what that does is the first time you do something, you're going to be all nerves and you're going to be like, oh my God. And then you're going to do it. And then you're going to be on the other side of it and be like, okay, I lived. I survived. That wasn't as bad as I thought. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. My body was trying to hold me back because I thought it was going to feel so awful. And it kind of felt like all tingly and activated. But you know what? I lived. I survived it. Okay. And I got, here's the cool thing. When I did the thing that I was afraid of, I wasn't just doing some random thing I was afraid of. I knew that if I did it, I would get a result that I wanted, which was I was seeing if people were interested in my video series and would they give me money. Hell yeah, they gave me more money than I wanted to. I never would have gotten that money or been able to do those videos that I did had I not gotten out of my comfort zone, felt that kind of tingly feeling, but knew that I had a destination, why I was doing it, felt good to me. So I was willing to expand my nervous system capacity, as we like to say in the biz, so that I did the thing. I did the video. I made the video. And then I told my body, it's okay. I'm safe. Look what I did. Hey, check me out. That video is kind of fun. I look at it now and it's adorable because our pup Rigby is in it. And now he's no longer with us, but I have the video. And then I just started showing up. I did a video a month. And then during COVID, when I couldn't go traveling, I showed up and I did a Facebook Live pretty much once a week, twice a week for a while, and then once a week for the entirety of 2020. I'm a bit dyslexic, left-handed, ADHD, all the things. And practice takes the sting out of it. makes it go from that part of your body that's activated to be like, oh my God, it's different, to be like, oh, this old thing. Yeah, it's cool. You let her do it. It's fine. Don't even wake up the nerves. She's just going to do one of those videos again. Or even better, you're like, hey, I'm going to do this thing I'm excited about. So notice how I totally got derailed because I'm trying to answer everybody all at once. But yes, repetition, showing up, being excited about why you're doing something, and showing up and doing a little bit that kind of exposes you to you and your nervous system to the fact that when you're doing it and it feels like you're doing it for the right reasons, not because you are saying F you to somebody else, but you're saying hell yes to yourself, that it feels different. It feels different when you start. It feels different when you're doing it. It feels different when you're done. It feels different and it feels better. So then the next time it happens, you say, it's okay. I can do that again. I love it. Tabs is saying I'm breaking habits by not buying stuff. I love that too. Miracles of Money has great news to share. Go for it. There we go. Birch Tree says, I've watched you before and taken notes. Alrighty, here we go. Woo! Now we got all sorts of things here. Let me see. Okay. Oh, Tabs. I'm finding I have way more craft supplies than anyone needs. You know what? No. What you're finding is you have way more craft supplies than you need, but other people would freaking love it. I have a client. We both were like, oh my God, the same way. She was instead of being excited about her crafting supplies, they were making her feel kind of ugh. Like, I'm not doing this. I really don't want to. I thought I did, but I don't want to. It kind of stresses me out. And I said, I'm the same way. I got a message from her, and she said that she has donated so much of her crafting supplies to a place that will share it with people who don't have the money to buy crafting supplies, and she feels so much better about it. Okay? So just notice that. I will say this, and please do not take it personally if I somehow don't see your message or answer you. I am a one-stop shop here. Actually, somebody said, you need a moderator. But you know what? I like to pick out the questions. And sometimes I do miss them because so many things go on. When the group gets back to, and it's so funny, there are studies shown that when groups get to a certain size, they become a little bit unmanageable. Right now, we're at a good size. So I'm trying to do that. But please don't take it personally. That's all. You know. Need tips for ridding paper documents? Yeah, figure out what you want, Jane Wilson. Figure out why you're saving it. Ask yourself, get curious. Why am I saving this? And since we're talking about how your stuff makes you feel, I am going to bet that part of the reason you save so much paper is to make your nervous system feel safe. Well, if I need that, I know where it is. If somebody asks me the question, I know I'm going to have my notes. Okay, well, if somebody says, is that covered from our insurance? I will have a place to go. If somebody says, you didn't pay your credit card bill, I have evidence. I feel safe when I have access to that information. Just notice that. See if that resonates. And when I say resonates, how does that land? How does that feel? Did I touch a nerve? Does that feel true to you? Or you're like, no, that doesn't feel true at all. Are you hearing it up here or are you hearing it here? And if it does, what I want to ask you is say, no harm, no foul. We would not survive as a species. Species, Mrs. Sheehy. We would not survive as creatures on this earth if we did not do things to keep ourselves safe. But there is a difference between safety in a saber-toothed tiger is going to eat me, or running out in front of traffic and surrounding yourself with paper. There's a difference. And it's still, your body can't tell the difference sometimes. So this is when your brain and your body can have a nice little convo. I like to talk about it where you've got, picture yourself in the driver's seat of the car. You're the driver, but really who's telling you where to go is either your co-pilot, love, who's saying, I will go anywhere you want, you just tell me and I'll make it happen. Or you've got your backseat drivers, the unhelpful thoughts that are trying to keep you safe. Whoa, watch it, stop it, did you see that? That are afraid that you don't notice that you might do something that could harm you. But they don't know the difference between saber-toothed tigers and some outdated bank statements. So just notice that. Okay. Happy to be alive says, are people from New England doers, active and goal-oriented? I don't know. I just like to get, I don't know if everybody is, but I To me, it's like, show me the money. Let's get stuff done. Okay, you can talk a good game, but where's the results? Where's your actions? Yeah, kind of pragmatic and practical. It's like, to me, something only works if I see it work. If it can all be, theory is wonderful, but I love putting theory into practice and seeing the results. And then if the results are what I want in the way I want them, I repeat that. I was also a process engineer. It's how my brain works. And I want to say, what I do with you is we look at what's working for you. We keep that and we make it more efficient. So you decrease the amount of time you have doing things you don't want to do, to increase the amount of time you have to go live, because you've got a lot of living to do, right? Tonight, you're going to have yourself a good time, all that. And then also what's not working for you is the stuff that by the time you get there, you get to your result, but the time you get there, you're exhausted. It takes too much time. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's a way you can batch things. There's a way that you can see patterns and not reinvent the wheel every time. There's a way you can get help. There's a way you can work smarter, not harder, all right? And I help with that. So here we go. I'm scrolling up. We got about 9 minutes left. Yes, older people kept all the paper. It's true. And guess what? I'm Gen X, so I have 1 foot firmly planted in the 20th pre-digital era. And I am also as equally conversant and comfortable in the 21st century of stuff online. So notice where your habits may still be stuck in the 20th century and just examine them. I'm not telling you to change every single habit and force you to do one thing. Find out a way that makes it feel comfortable for you to start to examine that. And what can you start to do slowly to reassure your nervous system that it's okay? Oh, that's right. Like, technically, like right here, I'm kicking it right now. All of my paperwork that I keep, I'll be honest with you, this is it. I'm sitting at a desk, but this is all my paperwork. And technically this could be a lot lighter. I still get my credit card statements in the mail, but I like looking at them. I like getting a little, totally old timey. I'm there with my little ledger, with my what do you call it? My ruler, and I'll go down and be like, yep. Good. Oh, what's this? I wonder, old school. I can also do that online, and I do sometimes, but I have a habit of getting this. But the cool thing is my habit takes me like 2 minutes. It doesn't seem like a burden. I get the results I want, so I do it. So I'm not going to, you have to find a way. I help you find a way that feels good to you, that makes sense efficient-wise, but also nervous system-wise. Notice this. Eve is asking, how do I join your list so I don't miss your live this afternoon? Okay, Eva, thank you for asking. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. Or on the homepage. If you only get to the homepage of my website, DestinationDecluttered.com, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a form that you can fill out that gets on the mailing list. And today, just to be clear too, it's a live, but it's on Zoom. It's not on TikTok, so it's invite only. But everybody on the email list got the invite, so all you need to do to get invited is to show up on the mailing list. And then also, just so you know, I send out maybe 3 or 4 emails per month. I don't overwhelm you. They are all organic and they come from me. They are not generated by a machine. So I'll tell you this too. Tuesday night is the monthly Destination Decluttered group Zoom call, where we all get together and we have an opportunity to ask questions. Today's more like a workshop for breeze blocking, for scheduling out, kind of mapping out your day and making a roadmap to where you want to go, is by mapping out even just your day in the next weeks. I'm doing it specifically today because, think about it, next week is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So between now and in the next 2 weeks, a lot's probably going to go on. And to me anyway, the way my brain works is this week is kind of normal, regular, but the following week is different because of the Thursday holiday. So I specifically decided to do this to set you up for success, so you feel better about going into your week, saying, what do I have to do and when do I have the time to do it? Okay? All right? I'm so ADHD, I'll be missing all this. Oh, there we go. Yep, Josephine, you'll be registered. No worries. I will send it out as soon as, notice I'm one person. I will sign off. I will go look at it. I will send an email out. You will get there. Again, notice how you're getting nervous. Oh my God, but I signed up. Am I going to be invited? Notice how much of what you do is this making you feel this way instead of, that's cool, I got it. So I have you. Don't worry. All right? Okay, MD, my niece is in charge of my affairs. She says if anything happens, she wouldn't know where to start. Help her. Janet Clark is saying, can you add your website URL? I got to figure out how to do that. DestinationDecluttered.com. It's pretty. There's no gaps. www.destinationdecluttered.com. Actually, you know what? If you go to my TikTok page, the front of it, there's a thing that says Destination Decluttered, a hyperlink. DestinationDecluttered.com/links. All of the links you would ever need from me are there. It's how to sign up for the mailing list, how to sign up for a consultation, where to find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the things. Okay, and thank you very much, Jen B, for saying that. See how there you go. Thank you. Yeah, Destination Decluttered, because you don't want to think about this, and this is what I do when I'm coaching. Pay attention to our words. Destination Decluttered infers that the decluttering has already happened. Destination Declutter means that the destination is to declutter. F that. I want you to be done. I want you to be declutter-ed. Okay? Yeah, decluttered so that you get rid of the stuff that you don't want, have a system to work so you don't clutter up again, and then you have all the tools you have to spend the time in your life doing the stuff that's important. Tabs, I think if you get to my, the home page of my TikTok page, where all my videos are listed, I think if you probably tap the icon in the corner, you'll see right underneath it will say destinationdecluttered.com/links, or just type it in, There we go. Alrighty. Hey, there we go. Miracles of Money. $600 from decluttering returns and $300 sold at our garage sale yesterday. $900. Did I tell you? I told you. When clutter costs you money, decluttering makes you money. Miracles of Money, you are just another wonderful example of the many people, when I talk about clutter, that it doesn't just make your house look better. It makes your body feel better. It gives you money. There's so much good stuff about it that so yes, I want to help you with that. Vanessa's asking what time is the Zoom live today? 1 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. If you can't make it though, I get it. If you have other plans, you will, when you're on the mailing list, you will get a link to the recording of it so that you can sit there yourself and take the time to do it. You will have the accountability. And please, I say this, you're welcome. It's destinationdecluttered.com/join, just to be whatever. Jenny King, very good. Yep. You are worth the investment of the time to figure this shit out. Even taking 5 minutes to jot down what you want your home to look and feel like. Taking an hour to learn how to change the rest of your life by having a process that's repeatable every week to say, here's the stuff I have to do, here's the time, how can I make this feel good so I actually do it, and then I feel the sense of accomplishment having done it, and then I also don't beat myself up when I don't do it, but I get curious about why I didn't do things. Okay? Hey, there we go. Jenny King says, I just put that in my Google search and it brought up your page. Awesome. Thank you, Google. All right, we got 2 minutes left. What else do I want to say before I sign off? So yes, mailing list. I also do one-on-one coaching. If you would like me in your life to help you personally, one-on-one on Zoom for an hour session a week on Zoom, just you and me, dealing with just what's jamming you up, that's what one-on-one coaching is. I work in 10 session packages, and sessions can be once a week, they can be once every other week, and they can be multiple packages. I have clients who love what's happening so much that they just re-sign up for everything. And it's made to be clean and easy and flexible to fit you. That's my paid coaching, but everything else I do at the moment is free, is to help you feel like there's resources out there so you can spend the time on your life to say, what do I want my life to look and feel like, and what do I want to do to get there? And I can help you do it. And it's not task mastery. It's making it so your head and your heart play nice together. Because when your head and your heart, think about that. When you're in a car and you're the driver and the people in the front seat are getting along with the people in the back seat, holy Moses. And you say, yes, I want to go there. And everybody says, okay, we're on board. It's effortless. It is so much easier than when there's a fight going on between the people in the front seat and the people in the back seat. Okay? Vanessa Empire, if you want to know more about breeze blocking, it's pretty much my much more relaxed way of doing time blocking. But man, does it get results and it feels good. Okay, I love it. I'm heading down to my storeroom to downsize my Halloween directions. You've made the motivation. Notice this. I have given you a temporary motivation, but basically what I do is I show up as your internal co-pilot. I'm an external version of your internal co-pilot. You have this voice inside of you. You have this energy inside of you that if you talk to yourself more like a coach and less like somebody, you know, a good coach, a life coach like me, for example, as opposed to somebody who's beating you up, man, will you get more done. Okay, Abbott Elementary, excellent. I love it. Then I use $300. There we go. Use $300 to purchase necessities and cash and calming. Notice how it's going to make you feel. Decluttering will make you feel better. And when you feel better, you're going to do better. All right? Now, here's the funny thing. I live in the suburbs. Somebody's blowing leaves out there. The sun is changing. Sun is shining in the sky. There's more clouds, so I'm going to get out and take a walk. I'm going to have some fun. I will see many of you, maybe all of you, on Zoom at 1 p.m. Eastern. Sign up for the mailing list. And if not, I have a few more TikTok lives scheduled for this week. When you go to like my TikTok page or follow it, hint, hint, you will see that there is a video that is pinned to the top that says the schedule between now and next Friday. The week after that, I'm going to be a little bit iffy because of the holiday. But Catherine, see you later. Thank you for all the things. Always a pleasure, my friends. How to join the Zoom, get on the mailing list. It'll all be taken care of. Get on the mailing list. And then notice, really important thing, take the next step. And after you do that, the next step will be revealed. And then the next step, and then the next step. Okay? Did the wrong thing. I'm a treasure. You're a treasure too. Wouldn't you like to be a treasure too? I'll see you later, you guys. Bye.